What's up, everybody? Cave Session, September 15th. We got Matthew Tate, famous comedian from our local area, in studio. He's going to be doing a live recording 9/23 at the sports page at Maggie Myers. Sorry.
Maggie Myers. Chillin' at Cave Sessions. All right, we're going to go ahead and throw that flyer up there. Here's the flyer for it. Let's get to it. We got Matthew Tate in the house, live comedy album recording at Maggie Myers Irish Pub. That's 1009 Henderson Road, Huntsville, Alabama, Monday, September 23rd at 8 o'clock. It is an absolute free show, and it's featuring, we're going to get into who all it's featuring. But anyways, here's the flyer. Y'all check that out. Make sure you make note of it. And welcome, brother. Tate, you're back on the show.
Oh, hey, guys. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah. Awesome, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me on, man.
Tate helped us back in the beginning when we did our blooper reel, the Game of Thrones show, where we forgot to plug in the audio way back at the beginning. And, man, I can't even remember that. There's a couple others.
That was a fun show, though. I think awesome. One of my favorite parts was, at the end where you were like, hey, you know how, like, in a lot of live broadcasts, like, after they cut the mics, like, we all, like, high-five, and then we keep talking, but our mics are cut, so nobody can really hear what we're saying, but then, like, the mics were all still live.
No, it was all coming off the iPad. Yeah. The mic on the iPad, because someone, we won't mention any names, forgot to plug in the audio cable on the...
I think we already established that I'm taking the fall for that one, right?
Yeah. No, it was somebody else. We won't mention names.
Yeah, we won't talk about it.
But, those are those fun things we always go back and talk about in the future. Hey, you remember when?
We're almost at 1,000 followers. Thank you guys so much. That's pretty cool. Give yourselves a round of applause. We appreciate the support. Just trying to bring something different every week, and we moved to Sunday. We're also doing Sunday next week with War Drum Syndicate. Is that correct, Mike Laws?
That is correct. We're going to try to come in this Sunday. We might post it to the next Sunday. We're still working out some acoustic versions because we're going to do a special acoustic show.
Yeah.
We're a heavy band.
Unplugged. War Drum Unplugged right here at Cave Sessions, y'all. That's going to be interesting.
We think we might even postpone it a little bit just because we want to work out those acoustic songs and have a cool version on the show.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So we do not have an official date, obviously. Yeah. So, my bad. We were talking about that date, but it's coming soon. War Drum Syndicate. Y'all check that out. So, back to you, Tate, man. What's up? What you been up to?
Oh, not much, man. Just got back from vacation. Sliced open my hands. My first day back. Yeah, so I don't know. I think this is part of us is the Maggie Myers triumvirate. He was first. I'm second. You know what's coming. How about
don't you put that evil on him.
Bro.
He texted me the day after it happened. He said, hey, we're finger injury brothers now.
I rebuked that. No way.
Yeah, no, let's not put that evil on Brian, though, because that's something you definitely don't want to go through.
Yeah. I've cut mine before a long time ago, if that counts. I got a scar. And,
you're already on it.
Yeah,
that's
from
right.
there.
That's great.
I was the first.
You were the first.
I put that mojo on you guys.
You're clear.
Little did we know.
Little did you know.
Yeah, no, so just recently we're on vacation. Recently went on vacation, of course, because I'm a workaholic. I couldn't help but get a booking while I was on vacation. So I was down in Destin.
I saw that. How did that show go? I saw that across Facebook.
It was great. Went and did this show at a place called Side Splitters down Panama City. Had a really, really great time doing that. Apparently, it was the first headline show they ran, so it's their first headliner.
Oh, wow. I thought you went down there on the vacation for the show, so you actually had a vacation. You just fucking booked a show there.
Yeah, well,
that's awesome.
My buddy Compton booked it, actually. My friend Compton Smith runs a lot of shows along the Gulf Coast, like in Mobile and Pensacola, Panama City.
Super cool, man. And you've been how long have you been doing comedy again? Once again, in the area.
Well over 7 years. So my 7-year anniversary was last month. I did my first album on my 4-year anniversary, and I'm doing this upcoming one actually on my birthday. So
and that's where. I didn't realize it was your birthday. Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Yeah,
happy birthday, man.
Hey,
will there be cake?
Early for the show. That's doing a live album recording on your birthday. How cool is that? And we just had Mike Roberts on the show for his birthday. Great show, our biggest show ever. Thank you again, Mike and Paige and everybody for supporting that. do want to say, how cool was that to have him in there doing a show like that? But now, man, you're taking it to another level. That's going to be a CD you're going to have ever, your second album.
Yep.
Something you can always look back and even tell, kids, grandkids, even if you never have any nieces, nephews.
So a live recording. So if you want to get your laughs immortalized on disc, come in, free show. And if you got a funny laugh, make sure you come, because that'd be great.
And not just on disc. I'm going to be distributing it across a bunch of platforms. I mean, it's going to be just
everywhere.
like my first one. It's going to be on iTunes, as long as that's still a thing. Spotify, Amazon, Google Play. I'm probably going to try to get the second one on Pandora, and probably get my first one back released on Pandora.
Oh, nice.
Well.
That'd be awesome, man.
And Tate, man, he goes through a great avenue. Same guys we're going to use for our CD. We won't drop any names, but show your first CD cover real quick up to the camera. This is his first album, okay? And that was called I Drink, Therefore I Am.
Yeah, look that up.
He did get, man, there. Super funny. Now
that's on Spotify. Right?
He does a great way. Yeah. Come out to his shows. You can buy that. And once he has the new one, he does hard copy still, so you can get a hard copy. I'm a hard copy kind of guy. I like to have that.
In fact,
but you also do the digital downloads.
You were the first person to buy one of the official
ones. Thank you. Awesome. I didn't know I was one of the first.
Yeah, you weren't the first to buy the bootleg release, but you were the first to buy the real deal.
The official copy.
Like the shrink wrapped whole
awesome.
9.
Nice. The official. Yeah.
And it's super funny, by the way, man. I love that album.
Thank you, man.
Super
Thank
funny.
you.
I listen to it all the time in my car riding.
So what Huntsvillians and people watching our show, what do they need to know about the Huntsville comedy scene?
There's a lot, man. I mean, it basically started about 7-8 years ago with a small group of comics. Jonathan Craig, who's now a manager over at Stand Up Live. Tom Hand, also a manager at Stand Up Live.
Tom, what's up, Tom?
Tom is actually going to be hosting my album recording show. He hosted my first one. And I figured, why mess with perfection? It went so well. He knows what he's doing as a host. He's a consummate professional. But it was
I love that guy. He does an 8-minute song every time he comes for me to take a break. He'll come do an 8-minute karaoke song there at the end of the night.
Yeah,
I'm like, Tom Hand, thank you, sir.
Apache
Shout out
Rose Peacock by
Sir Psycho Sexy.
Oh,
Sir
that's
Psycho
right.
Sexy.
That's the one.
Yeah, by Chili.
Sir
Chili
Psycho Sexy.
Oh my God, he doesn't even look at the lyrics the whole time. He does it. He just
nails it. So good. Shout out,
Tom Hand.
But yeah, that like those guys, along with myself and Thaddeus Blake and Brandon Iams, who co-run Homegrown Comedy with me over at Straight to Ale, like it was them and like a bunch of other people who basically started the whole Huntsville comedy scene. We've had shows like Homegrown Comedy, which is at Straight to Ale, and Epic Comedy Hour, which happens on the 4th Friday of every month. That just had its 8-year anniversary show.
Nice. Awesome.
Homegrown just turned 7 years old.
Nice.
I'm so glad you guys are making it all happen. Yeah. Let's actually let everybody know those different days they can show up each week. So the Straight to Ale, that's usually on Fridays, right?
Yeah, that's the 2nd Friday of each month. Awesome Comedy Hour over at the Open Bottle is the 1st Friday. Epic Comedy Hour is the 4th Friday at Low Mill. And then, of course, TGIM Comedy, my own 6-year show. We'll all be recording this.
That's on Monday. So run through the week. Monday is TGIM Comedy.
Monday's TGIM. Let's see. Tuesday, we don't have anything in the indie scene currently, but pretty much any day of the week you can catch something at either
venues. There's an opportunity on Tuesday. All the venues. Just shout out to all the venues out there. You have an opportunity for comedy on Tuesdays.
Absolutely. Ever since Wish You Were Beer went under.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Yep.
Yeah, any day of the week, though, you can catch something at either Stand Up Live or the new Shenanigans Comedy Theater. Of course,
I haven't heard about Shenanigans.
Oh, it's
that?
Great. That's a new theater that just got opened up off of a Kickstarter. They actually just recorded the first episode for an Amazon Prime series that I'm going to be on later in the year.
Oh, wow.
Called Punching the Below the Bible Belt. They just did their first taping for Amazon Prime last weekend, actually. And they'll have another one on October 5th, and then the third one, which I'll be on, is going to be in November.
That's 23rd. Cool. I remember we were actually hanging out. You were telling me about that, man. It was in flux at that time, so you got that solidified, man. That's super big move. I'm glad to see a Huntsville artist being on an Amazon Prime show, man. Congrats to you. Yeah, that's a great step as a comedian, man.
I'll be watching that.
And you know, being a musician, I know it's so hard to get out there. I bet being a comedian, I don't even know what it is for you guys to tour, to get on a big platform like that. So what all did you have to do to kind of get on that? How'd that fall in your lap?
It's a pain. But could I finish plugging the other?
Oh yeah. Plug the other shows. Yeah, each week. Sorry.
Anyway, so
what day were we on again?
Wednesday. So Thursday we've got an open mic run by my friend Jerry Woodruff, who also goes by Ogre as his stage name. He's got an international open mic down at the airport every Thursday.
Yeah.
And of course Friday you've got the first Friday is Awesome Comedy Hour at the Open Bottle. Second is Homegrown Comedy that I run over at Straight to Ale. The third Friday is Laughs and Drafts at Yellowhammer, just across the lawn from Straight to Ale. That's run by Megan Eller. And then fourth Friday, of course, is Epic Comedy Hour, as I mentioned.
Nice.
Wow, man, that is actually
no Saturdays
so much
or
more
Sundays,
comedy
special
going
event
on.
type things.
Not especially currently, other than the stuff that goes on at Shenanigans and Stand Up Live. Like tonight, they have a show over at Stand Up Live, and tonight at Shenanigans, there's actually a comedy open mic going on right now.
Oh, nice.
Right.
And that's the open mic, just like musicians. I've heard Dave Grohl say something. I mean, you just get out there and continue to do what you do. And play in front of people, and if people start loving it, I mean that's how you break through, is to continue to just work your craft. Go to the open mics. So if you're a comedian, an aspiring comedian out there, find out where these open mics are and go to those. If you're a musician, find out the open mics. Mike does one on Wednesday nights at Maggie Myers as well. But get out there and flex that muscle and work it, and just keep doing it, and eventually, you'll get better and better. It's like this show, man. We were talking earlier. It's progressed a lot, man. We were talking about improving from leaving that plug unplugged that day to where we are now, and we're just keep trying to make it look a little cooler, sound a little better, and just learn as we go. So get out there and so I imagine that question he asked you a minute ago. I imagine it's kind of the same for comics as it is musicians. Just getting out and performing in front of people is how you're going to get there, right?
Yeah, and I mean, one definite important thing is nobody's ever too good to do open mic. Like that's how comics, that's how musicians get better. I mean, like everybody down to Jerry Seinfeld and Dave Chappelle, they still hit open mics.
They had to do it at some point to get themselves. And by the way,
they
Tate
still do. Is my
Tate
point.
comes out and sings it. So Maggie Myers, is where he's filming September 23rd, the live comedy. He comes out and does my open mic on Wednesdays all the time. So he actually got me up on one of his Monday nights to do a bit, because he's like, hey, I always do songs with you. You have to come do it. And I did a comedy bit, and actually wasn't that bad. It was pretty funny. I had a good time. So I encourage everybody, even if you're nervous, if you're shy, don't be shy. Get out there. Write you some bits down, and that they don't care if you have a little notepad or a phone. Even the good comedians I've noticed use notes on those, because really that's about working on your material as a professional comedian, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
you need that. I'm sorry.
So I view comedy's a lot like anal. Everybody should try it at least once.
That was funny.
PG-13, right?
Damn, that is PG-13. That's PG-13.
Yeah, both of y'all got money in the cuss jar already.
Yeah. I would $1 in the cuss jar. That's all right.
No, I'm all right.
Oh, real quick, can you tell us the details of your tour and the album? That's really what we're focusing on. So September 23rd, you can get your laughter immortalized on an album with Matthew Tate at Maggie Myers. It starts at 8 o'clock. Yeah. But we recommend getting there about 7:30 because we try to make it quiet. Are there opening comedians for you before you're recording?
Absolutely. Tom Hand, as I mentioned, is going to be hosting on that show. He's a longtime comic here in the Huntsville area.
Super funny.
He was active up in the Portland area for a while as well. Portland.
Very smart guy. I've had a lot of late night conversations with him. I think that's what makes him so funny, is his intellect,
Absolutely.
Like a lot. I think you have to most comedians, I think you have to be pretty intelligent to be a comedian. So we got Tom Hand.
I've seen some dumb ones.
Yeah. So you got Tom Hand hosting.
Not on this show, though.
No, that's right. We don't try to bring the dumb ones. So Tom Hand hosting.
Yeah, and then the opening comics are going to be Kimberly Wilson. She's a local comic as well. She's actually the owner of Shenanigans Comedy Theater that I mentioned earlier.
And we're showing the names on the screen right now, by the way.
And then also appearing on that is going to be DJ Buckley, one of my favorite comedians in the whole wide world. He's based out of Nashville. He ran a couple shows for 4 consecutive years called The Broken Record. comedy show where
Nice.
We broke the Guinness World Record for longest continuously running stand-up comedy show. With
What? Really? A Guinness World Record? Where was that at?
Up in Nashville.
That is so cool.
It ran 8.5 days, and then like every consecutive year, we just beat our own record by 5 minutes.
Wow.
It was super petty.
So you guys are constantly
That's
in the
awesome.
Guinness book. That is awesome.
And then,
Which, by the way, shout out to GJ Bucket. We'll be getting him on a phone call here in just a little bit, so you guys will get to hear a little bit of chatter with him.
Absolutely. And then my feature that night is going to be Natasha Ferrier. She's a fantastic comic out of Chattanooga. One of the most talented comedians I've ever had the pleasure of working with. We just had her on my show down at Straight to Ale 2 nights ago. Very fun. Worth coming just to see her alone, even if you don't really give a crap about my album recording.
Right. And that's awesome, man. I'm so glad to hear that you have so many talented people being a part of that.
Yeah. And so like and share, man. You know, and even if you're not going, say you're going on the event so it gets out there, and on Facebook and all the other social media, Instagram and all that type of stuff. Like and share. Follow, spread the word about the album. I mean, you get a chance to come and watch a free comedy show, which is always good every Monday night, but this is extra special comedians coming in.
I'm going to go ahead and share the link again.
And support a local artist.
That's right,
and that's what we're here for, to spread the word, support local art and artists, and support the comedy scene. So y'all come out Monday night at Maggie Myers.
So I shared the link again after the show. Y'all click on that. Please say at least you're interested or going. By the way, also comment on this video. Tell us where you're from, where you're watching from. Even if we can't comment during the show, we like to interact with y'all, know where all our viewers are from, and let us know. Like the page, share the page.
I just saw the lead singer of the Cars was just found dead.
Were
wow.
they in a car?
Rick Ocasek. I don't think so.
Well, we just lost Eddie Money this week.
No,
and
it said in Eddie
now we
Money.
only have one ticket
now we're
to Paradise.
We only have one ticket. Thank you, the comedian on the show. One ticket to Paradise. I guess I only got to pack one passenger's bags tonight.
So
I'm gonna sing that probably at my open mic this Wednesday.
So right quick before we get DJ on the show, there's one point I wanted to go over which was just what the hour is going to be and kind of my preparation for doing it. But back in March, I did a little mini tour of the Southeast. Did shows in Florence and in Knoxville, Nashville, Chattanooga, Montgomery, and Columbus, Georgia, and and Tuscaloosa, and basically just refined and practiced what I wanted, the spirit of this album to be, trying to figure out what I wanted the vision of it to be.
Right.
Because there was a definite, certain spirits. The first album I did, I want to make sure I don't have a sophomore slump with the second one.
Right.
And so I got my time in, doing the hour, and then, had 2 other test runs of that hour recently. One that I did a pre-recording for out in Florence at a house show, and then
Nice.
Again down in Panama City. But basically I have it kind of divided into a 3-act structure, basically, where the first is lighthearted jokes, just you don't want to chafe people right off the bat.
Right, you gotta ease them in there, you gotta.
But then plunges right into what I'm referring to as the dark heart of the album, which is sort of a scathing commentary on how people are just garbage. And we treat people in different generations like they're somehow lesser than us, and every generation does it. So you've got your Gen Xers talking about these millennials, they're snorting condoms and eating Tide Pods. And
the Tide Pods. Oh my gosh.
And they're actually talking about
and
Gen Z when they say that, but
right.
Gen Z and Gen Y.
Yeah, millennials are like 1985 or 84 or something like that.
I'm born in 82, and they're trying to group some of us in the early 80s into that. I said, fuck that. I'm Generation X. I am Generation X, and I will say that on
millennial.
I'm not we're Generation I. But there is a group of us that kind of grew up in that little Generation X to the millennial.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so the second act is a lot about that, about how we kind of dehumanize each other based on labels and when we were born. And it's basically just just calling everybody across the board BS for different reasons, and that's kind of the message that I'm going with that portion of the album. Then it'll end with a third act, which is a little bit of a palate cleanser. One of the bits that I have in there is actually a big closer that I've been using for a couple years but haven't recorded yet, and it's part of the tennis theme for the artwork here, which also some of our music savvy friends might realize that this cover that I'm going to do for the new album is a total ripoff of London Calling by The Clash.
Oh, nice.
But with like a tennis theme. Okay. I have a whole bit about Serena Williams that's been a staple of
and
my
tell
act.
us why. It's one of my favorite things about you.
Oh man, can I really talk about this bit?
No, not the bit, but okay. Your love for Serena. Actually, as I've grown to know you, this man has a huge crush on Serena Williams.
She lost.
He actually started playing tennis because of that, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
and that's why when I saw you doing the album cover, he's showing it right now on this feed. When you were smashing down the way you smashed it. Perfect album cover for your second album, by the way. Bravo to you.
Thank you. I tried to get that pose as close to Joe Strummer as possible.
Something just fell.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, that threw me off. Yeah, I looked over, the cover of London Calling like ad nauseum and kept trying to get the post exactly right. Fortunately, my roommate Rob Harris, he's a professional photographer for Black Jacket Symphony, so he already knew what he was doing with the photography.
Nice, that's awesome.
I think it looks great. It looks great. So that was our cue. Let's go ahead and get DJ on the phone, so we don't forget to get him on before the call's over here. We're going to call him right now on our Bluetooth.
Hello?
Hey, DJ. How's it going, buddy?
Hello?
DJ.
Hey.
Hey.
There you are.
Didn't know if you could hear us at first. There you are. We couldn't hear you at first. Thank you on the response back.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you all at first.
Well, welcome to Cave Sessions, brother. We're happy to have you on, of course.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. And happy to have you on the show on the 23rd.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, DJ, by the way, my last birthday that I had a show on, actually, he was on that show as well with fellow Nashville comedian Patrick Devine. We called it Matthew Tate's Big Dumb Birthday Comedy Show, as I recall.
Nice. That's cool.
So you guys know each other for a while. Where are you based out of, DJ?
I am based out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Roll Tide.
They're not really big on
the
college
other one.
football.
No, this one's not Rotelle.
Go SEC. That's all I got to say. Brian likes to mess with people.
Yeah.
Don't you pay him no never mind. You're a comedian. You got thick skin, so.
They don't pay attention to college ball there. They have a professional team.
Right.
That seems like a hockey comment from a hockey watcher right there.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Titans. I was like,
he was.
We have to go through this.
He was, but that's why he doesn't really even watch football. He's a hockey fan.
The Predators, man. The Predators.
Yeah, the Preds are great.
The Preds are great. Do you know they actually started here in Huntsville while they were getting things ready there in Nashville? They played all their first games here in Huntsville.
Cool fact. I didn't know.
No.
Yep.
I didn't
True
know
story.
that.
Yeah, I actually watched a scrimmage game between them and the UAH Chargers once, like years ago.
Nice. Chargers probably held their own.
Actually, the Chargers won.
Awesome.
It was kind of fun.
Chargers, man. Huntsville. Maybe people don't know it. Huntsville's a huge hockey town, man. The UAH Chargers. There's a lot of big time hockey players that come here to play.
That's right. And the Huntsville Havoc. A lot of those players tend to go pro. That's why they'll win it one year, do bad one year, come back win another year. Super cool.
Yep.
Real quick, we were just talking about how you guys were setting Guinness Book World Records, man, on the longest comedy shows. That's your show, huh?
Oh yeah, that's my baby. It's a lot. If you've ever been at a comedy show and was like, yeah, I wish this would just keep going and never stop. We did the closest any human's ever done to that. It's the longest we've gone is 10 days.
Wow.
But we had we broke one of the rules in day 2, so we had to do 2 extra days.
Oh, wow.
That was the second year.
So you did
and we
12.
didn't stop doing it. They just have a lot of generic rules.
Well, 10, but they broke 2, so they went 2 extra days, so you went 12 total.
No, 10
No,
total.
they went 10.
It's 8 hours.
Yeah, normally it's like
you went 10
days.
and only got credited for 8. Go with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Who was it that broke the rule again? And was it singing or was it getting off stage prematurely?
No, it wasn't singing. So there's this rule that you have to have 4 hours. A performer has to have 4 hours between when they leave stage to when they go back.
Yeah.
And we accidentally put somebody up like 3 hours and 51 minutes or something.
Oh, wow.
Who was the comic?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, no, this is the perfect place to discuss this.
It really
Who's
is.
the guy? Who's the guy that left
No, it could have been anybody.
It was me.
Sure.
It wasn't me.
Collectively, it's all our fault.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man, to do that and then come back in. He said you try to beat it every year and you just continue to do it over and over.
Yeah, we did it 4 years in a row. We took a year off.
Nice.
We'll see if it comes back next year. But yeah, every year we beat it by 5 minutes.
Nice.
Genius.
Because like
Breaking
the
records
original
every year.
record was like 84 hours, and we did over
wow.
double that the first year.
Oh, my
Oh, wow.
Just
God.
because we thought it'd be funny.
I mean, it was. I mean, around day 4 or 5, like the delirium starts to set in super hard.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
bet.
Remember,
Oh, yeah.
DJ, do you remember year 2 when, now Memphis comedian, but used to be Huntsville comedian, but used to be Nashville comedian before that, after he was Huntsville. This is getting complicated. I'm sorry. But Will Weininger, now based out of Memphis. Do you remember when he was curled
like,
up?
Who could this be?
You remember when he was curled up in the back alley behind the East Room, like in a fetal position, just like crying into a breakfast sandwich from McDonald's? That was
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a-
No,
that's
I
a
remember
desperate
that.
moment.
Yeah.
That is a moment of despair. You described that well.
every year that show broke at least 7 or 8 people. I feel like.
Wow.
Hey, man, that's good.
This year, I feel like the last one we did, it was only like maybe 2 or 3, and that was
Really?
But
Wow.
Yeah.
I think a
Yeah.
lot of people. I'm not going to be the one they break in front of. So
So I do want people to
You
get
have
to
to
know.
let us know when that goes on again, so we'll
Definitely.
put the word out to
DJ,
travel up that way.
I do want people to get to know about you a little bit while you're on the air, while we got you. So this is DJ Buckley. He will be at Matthew Tate's show September 23rd, Monday night, recording his live album, part of the show, that opener. We were talking, you already had an album that came out that's a split album. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
it's so we recorded it in Sandusky, Ohio, over Easter weekend in a vape shop, and after hours, it's pretty fun. Like it's kind of funny because there's a bunch of camera angles. We put a production into a recording at a vape shop, and it's real great.
Wow. So this is going to be a CD album and a video, or?
Yeah, CD, video, like, and there'll be, let's see.
So you tell us like Nikki, Michelle, and Jessica are on. Is that
Yeah,
right? Or
Nick Woodruff, Brooke Jolly, Jessica Carter, Michelle Muldoon, and myself. Yeah, we recorded an album in there. I think it should be good. It should be getting close to release soon. They're doing some finals on the video editing, but it's all looking really good.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to checking it out personally.
Congratulations.
Are y'all going to be on other platforms like Spotify and whatnot? Do you know yet?
I think, yeah, Spotify is definitely a plan.
Cool.
Yeah, so definitely put the word out on Spotify once that drops.
Oh, absolutely.
So how-
Everybody loop it on your phone for 5 days so it can chart.
Get some plays and chart.
In memoriam.
I wanted to, how was it recording it with multiple comedians like that? I've never thought about like a live album like that. How was that experience?
It's pretty nice because it's like no one person has to carry the weight for that long. So it's like, oh, okay, this is because when you're like one comic, a whole album is a lot of material. You've got 2 of them now. Like carrying it yourself is a whole lot. and tons of comics have like some really good bits, but not enough for like a whole album on their own. So like having a couple people come together and then record like just like your best stuff is like way less hard to do.
Yeah, like actually way back in the early days of Huntsville comedy, Jonathan Craig through his show Comedy Mayhem actually did a similar thing over at the old Crossroads downtown. Like he recorded one that was I think it was 14 different Huntsville comedians. It was just like 7-minute sets from each of them, which was fortunate because at that time none of us had an hour. You know?
Hey,
exactly.
It's a good thought for. I mean, the music industry. A lot of those guys, especially in hip hop, they're going to doing short EPs instead of full albums now. So just doing EPs. So I mean, that might be ideal to split or to do. I mean, to do more of those, and it's almost like instead of everybody putting all their material out there, they're releasing.
Comedy mixtapes
more often, like comedy mixtapes more often with some featured comedies on it. I mean that might be comedians. That might be a good something to really start looking at because I mean the music industry is going that way, and people just there's so much information, so much stuff out there. It might be better to drop a little more often than a lot all at once. The same way the music industry is going.
Yeah, I definitely am a proponent of that for sure. And I think even like a single comic doing an EP, where it's
absolutely.
maybe like 25 minutes or something, and not a whole hour. Like that's something I might look into doing next year as well. On top of this, I feel like there was kind of a precedent, in recording where EPs. Can be on equal with albums. I mean, look at Alice in Chains' Jar of Flies.
I agree.
think that kind of set the precedent.
That's actually one of the best albums ever, and it's actually just an EP.
And it was
that's a
the
good
first
point.
EP to go platinum.
Today's society, people are just downloading tracks. They're not downloading full albums, so it's like you might as well launch EPs and get stuff out there more often and allow them to download your material,
Yeah.
Only makes sense.
Good thoughts.
Yep. Well, DJ, anything else you want to tell us about while we got you on the air, man?
I just want everybody to know that the squirrels were put in public parks by the government, and nobody's talking about this, and it's driving me nuts.
I bet.
This is 100% legit. You can look this up. Gray squirrels were put in every major city in the U.S. by the U.S. government. And nobody is giving this any kind of attention.
Oh, wow.
I think that's a corny bit.
Oh, a corny bit. Oh. What you did there.
This is actually true. Look it up. The founder of the Boy Scouts.
Google it. Yep.
Google it.
Google it.
Wake up, sheeple.
The truth shall set you free.
I'm just here to preach the truth. That's the message I need to have heard.
DJ Buckley, the Alex Jones of squirrels.
Oh, man. Hold on. I got a song since we're on here. This is my buddy Mike Sparrow. He's actually no longer with us, but he's got a song that you guys are going to love, and I want to play it real quick. This was not planned, but since we're talking about squirrels.
Oh, I know the one you're going to play.
All right, here you go. You're going to love this.
You will.
I am a squirrel. I walk down the street, but I don't got feet, so I have to scamper. When I was a baby squirrel, I wore little squirrel pampers. Some people mistake me for my lesser cousin, the hamster. But I like to bury nuts underneath the ground because sing it, I am a squirrel. I'm a squirrel. Honk honk. I am a squirrel. I'm a squirrel. Honk honk. I'm up in a tree, you're shooting at me with pellets or BBs. Did you ever think I have feelings too before you eat me? I've got a cute nose, ears, lips, and elbows just like you do. and I see you walking through my woods, well, I'm gonna bark at you. I am a squirrel, I'm a squirrel.
Yeah.
I am a squirrel, I'm a squirrel. Yeah.
That was great.
Is the honk honk supposed to be somebody honking a horn at it, or is the squirrel making duck sounds? I'm confused.
I think maybe someone. I don't know.
That's shout art, out, dude. Why are you critiquing this beautiful art?
That was just great. That wasn't
original.
That.
Yeah, that's my buddy Mike Sparrow. The album is Bored in the South. The whole album's great. Rest in peace, brother. He was a great guy. He was the lead singer of the Wrong Way, the Sublime tribute band that used to come through here. Man, just had such an amazing energy. Just a great performer. Just a great dude, and we miss him a lot. But that album's really cool, and that song, man, I love it. And it fit perfectly into your squirrel thing.
That was well played.
God,
well played, sir.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, awesome, brother. Yep.
Well, we appreciate you, DJ, man. We'll see you on the 23rd, Monday night. The show starts live at 8. What's the lineup again, Tate?
Tom Hand hosting, DJ Buckley and Kimberly Wilson are opening, Natasha Ferrier featuring, and then I'll start my actual live album recording around 9 o'clock. But
around
the show
9,
starts
gotcha.
at 8.
So featured acts the whole first hour from 8, and then live recording at 9. That's awesome.
And then we'll have open mic afterward, too. So anybody wanting to try their hand at that who have not yet done comedy before but have always wanted to, that's a good night to do it. We're going to have a good crowd.
Yep. Awesome. Heck yeah, y'all come out. Thank you, DJ, man. We'll talk to you later, all right?
Yeah, see y'all later.
Yep. See you in 8 days, brother.
Yeah.
I like DJ. Seems like a good guy. I'm excited to be there at the live recording show. I'm going to be there. Y'all be there. September 23rd, Monday. Excited to see all the other people stand up live too, man. That's super awesome. Mm-hmm. And they do this every Monday, Maggie Myers.
Absolutely.
And I was really impressed with all the comedy you guys are doing around town. I didn't realize the schedule was that extensive. When you told me all the places y'all are featuring every night, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's deep now. There's a lot, probably more than we've ever had, honestly.
That's amazing. Yep,
that is.
Yeah.
Well, Tate, is there? Go ahead, Brian.
No. I was just going to say once again, support local art, support local talent. Get out and find out where these guys are. Like and share their events, even if you can't go to them. Try to listen to their stuff out there, and we got so many talented people, so many artists, so many talented people here in Huntsville.
Well said.
So many smart people, man. This is a smart city, so. Get the word out, spread it, and get out to these shows, man.
That's right.
It's always a good time. I've been to several of them, man. I've always had fun.
Always fun.
Yep.
Well, Tate, same thing. Anything you want to talk about we didn't hit? Anything from the heart, or just something we didn't ask you we should have?
Oh man, I think I just about covered it all. Just maybe want to plug my first album again. I Drink Therefore I Am. It's still available on all major platforms except for Pandora. Funny. So it's on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, all that jazz. And then,
right.
Of course, next year we're going to have the Amazon Prime special, Punching Below the Bible Belt. That's going to be really great. If you want to check out their page on Facebook and follow them as the events go on. And,
nice.
if you want to follow me on social media, Matthew C. Tate on Facebook, Comedian Tate on Twitter, and TGI Matthew on Instagram.
That's right.
Nice. Well, awesome. Well, it's that time of the week. It is time for the Mike Roberts Song of the Week. So, what is that, Mike?
Mike Roberts Song of the Week. We're doing Red Rock Sunset.
Hey, I'm Mike Roberts, and this is my Song of the Week.
Got another new one for you. Is that cool? Cool. I think I'll just hit that, too. Add one microphone to Mike's tabs. When I was out in New Mexico last year, I wrote this song. It's called Red Rock Sunset. Red Rock sunset, I remember you. Red Rock sunset, I'm headed out for ABQ, yeah. It was a blood red sky from east to west. Every single picture is the one I like best. Like a carnival balloon long since let go. My words travel too high to recognize. Yeah, but Red Rock sunset, I remember you. T. Harris sunrise turns the frost into dew. I-25 was long, but I'm bored down in the canyon for 3 long days, yeah. But Red Rock sunset, I remember you. My Alabama gets sticky in the summer heat. From Charlotte to Savannah, this is my southeast. Oh yeah. See, from Baton Rouge down to New Orleans, I thank all the people who have listened to me. All the sunrise in my own land, you know it's always been so special to me. Yeah, but Red Rock sunset, I remember you, yeah. Tierra sunrise turns the frost into dew. Yeah. I-25 was long, but not boring, no. Built down in the canyon for 3 long days. 281 took us down from the canyon, you know what? Then we left the very next day. But now, Red Rock sunset, I remember you, yeah. Red Rock sunset, I remember you. I remember you.
All right, that was our Mike Roberts song of the week. Yep. If you don't know who Mike Roberts is, Google it.
It's always better to have a crowd on the straight.
We love you, Mike.
Yep. I didn't know what he was going to say there, so that wasn't pre-screened, so we just went ahead and shut that down. Anyways, I think that's about it. If there was something I was going to say, I completely went blank. If you're looking for a place to go this weekend, or for any art, not just comedy, look up at places like huntsvillemusic.com. Look in Facebook for the events around you. Type in like comedy. How do they find it on?
Yeah, for our comedy events here in Huntsville, if you want to know all about those, just go to Huntsville Comedy on Facebook. Click that like and subscribe button. Or if you want notifications for every post about every show, you can join our group, Huntsville Comedy Shows, which is a public group that I admin on Facebook, along with a lot of the other showrunners at Stand Up Live and other venues around town.
I got you.
Awesome. And there was something else you wanted to plug. You forgot.
That was it.
No,
that was it. That was it.
Yeah. All right.
And he is wearing the shirt, by the way. Let's see the shirt on the screen.
Huntsville Comedy.
Love it. Shout out.
Nice.
Support merch,
that is
too.
Good. Yeah. So I remember what I was going to say now. If just about our day of the week, we switched to Tuesdays. Our normal day is Tuesday. We did some rescheduling because my son's football game, the JV game. But sometimes we do that for people. We do adjust. So if you want to get on the show and you're like, I can't do Tuesdays, call us, and if we can work it in on our schedule, we'll see you. Holler at us. Give us a call. Give us an email if you're interested in us featuring your art or your craft or whatever you do here on the show. And just, Tuesday nights, normal night, cave sessions. We got a Sunday we're going to have to do with War Drum when we do that. But this is a special show, Unplugged. Special for our buddy Tate. Congratulations on the second album, man. We're proud of you.
Congrats.
And thank you for coming on the show, brother.
Thank you, Tate.
Gladly. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. All right, Cave Sessions, y'all. That's a wrap.